Yo, what is up, you guys? It's your boy Swag-kun back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be continuing the updated tier list that we need to catch up on. So this is an August 2022 updated defense tier list. Now, a few things before we get started. As last time, this is the tier list that we had last time when we went over the 4.5-year updated anniversary tier list. So we're going to be starting off with adjusting the tiers with the units that we have right here first. Then we'll be adding the brand new units that have came out since then. Also, another thing, I really want to clarify this because I know there was a little bit of confusion on the last tier list. There is no specific order from left to right. So this isn't assuming that Boruto is better than Kaguya. This isn't saying Momoshiki is better than Kaguya, or I don't know, Kushina is better than Nagato. There's no specific order from left to right. I just personally wanted to emphasize like when a unit was like the bottom tier of a god tier. So if I want to put Madara right here, I would let you know. I'm just putting him down here to kind of specify that I would put him between God tier and double S tier, if that makes sense. But there's no specific order from left to right. They're all, in that same category for a reason. There's no specific order though. Just wanted to clarify that so there's no confusion. But without further ado, let's get straight into the defense tier list. This is going to be main defense, not final four. We'll be doing that right after this one. So let's start off with moving around where people belong and if anything has changed. So starting off, I am going to be dropping Boruto to a double S tier. This is main defense. In Final Four, he would definitely probably be a God tier. But as main defense, I feel like there's just better units. He's still great though. Like, he's still going to do really great stuff for you on regular defense. I just think that with his kit and utility, I think he'd be better in Final Four than he would be on regular defense. Momoshiki is going to stay in God tier. One Ninja Sasuke God tier. 6-pass Martyr, we are also going to drop him to Clapping Cheeks. Great unit, does a lot of good damage. Like I said, Clapping Cheeks is still clapping people's cheeks, baby. But I just don't think he makes it all the way up to God tier. Same with Kaguya, we're going to drop her down 1. Still Clapping Cheeks, still an amazing defensive unit. But I just think she's a little bit lackluster. But, so this one, for example, I think you can make the argument that she could sneak her way up there. The only thing that I think is that she lacks a little bit of damage. I think she's a great stalling unit, but I do think that she lacks a little bit of damage. So, is there anybody here who is going to move in the double S tier? So, we're going to keep all these units for the most part. I think some people can make the argument for Danzo, but I personally am going to drop Danzo to great, but there's better. With the addition of One Ninja Sasuke and Hokage Naruto with their ultimates that eliminate revival effect, it kind of renders him useless because that was his main thing. But with any other main, I guess you can make the argument still that he could be Clapping Cheeks. But since there's that, variable in there with One Ninja Sasuke and Hokage Naruto, we're going to drop him down to S tier. Mama Sakura, I'm also going to keep her here. Karma Boruto, I'll keep him there. KLM Naruto, I'll probably drop him down to S tier as well. Only because his kit is getting a little bit outdated. And there's units now that can really affect his invincibility with limit breaks and stuff, so I'm going to drop him down 1. Edo Hashirama, we're also going to drop this man down to S tier. Same thing with all the invincibility limit breaks that are going on. And he just lacks a lot of damage now with tankier units, so I'm going to drop him down to great. Hokage Naruto, sure, we can keep him there because he's a really good stalling unit still. Hashirama, we're going to also drop him down. His kit is a little bit outdated now, unfortunately. I know there's a rekit coming for your boy, though. So, let's just hope and pray that my man gets a good rekit. Obito, I'll probably keep him right here. I still think he's really good with his invincibility. And with, with his ultimate that stays there for such a long time. He's just a hassle to deal with for a lot of people. So I'm going to keep him there. And Clapping Cheeks. Edo Minato, also Clapping Cheeks. Madara, we're going to drop him down to great, but there's better as well. Same problem with Hashirama. Their kits are just a little bit outdated, unfortunately, but gotta have faith, bro, that the legendary shinobi will get their rekits and hopefully climb their way back up to God tier. But anyways, let's move on to the next tier down here. So is there anybody else here who deserves to move up or deserves to move down? Kushina, yeah, I think I'm gonna drop her down to low league Dookie. I mean, she was a little bit more viable back in the day, like at 4.5-year anniversary time, but now, yeah, there's just, nah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. KLM is cool, Gaara's cool. Edo Itachi, ooh. I think you can make the argument that he can be in God tier, but I'm gonna put him in double S tier. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be making this tier list based off of X Ultimate at level 1. at level 1. That's the way that I'm doing it. But he's an amazing defensive unit. I'm almost tempted to put him in God tier. Nah, you know what? I'll put him in God tier. I think Itachi's... I personally think he's a great fucking unit on defense, bro. And having his ultimate be full room, a lot of invincibility. He has a lot of damage. He's very, very tanky. And he does a lot of damage. That's just a perfect combination with the full room ultimate that revives him every single time. I just think it's just too good to drop him down here. My opinion, I think he deserves his spot in God tier. But we're going to move our way through. Kawaki, we can keep him. Deidara, Naruto Light, Jiraiya. I'll probably drop Jiraiya to low league Dookie, unfortunately. That's my guy, though, the pervy sage. But yeah, man, unfortunately, the meta is too crazy right now. Ashura, I could put him in double S tier. Yeah, we could put him up in double S. I think he does good damage, and he's a really good stalling unit. Better in Final 4. I'd recommend Final 4. But, you know, he's not bad on the floor either. Let's see. War Sakura, Shisui. Sorry, my boy. We're going to drop you down as well. Nagato. Yeah, we're also going to drop you down as well. All right. So, low league Dookie. So, this is going to be the S tier. I think that's pretty good. Low league Dookie. Let's see if there's anyone who moves up or down. So far, we could probably keep everybody here for the most part. Kakashi, Edelmadara, EMS. The boy Shadow Sasuke. Shadow Sasuke is definitely coming up to double S tier. The only thing that I say would keep him from God tier would be the damage that he does, but he's still an amazing, amazing defensive unit. So he definitely deserves his tier up here in a double S tier for sure. Let's see. We got Indra here as well. Indra, I also would make the argument that he is God tier as well. I think he's amazing, amazing defensive unit. I'm going to put him up here in a God tier 100%. He does amazing damage. Although he is a little bit squishy, his damage output is just too insane with his invincibility as well. He has great AoE, great attacks. His limit break is really quick and does insane damage. He can easily one-shot you. I think just an amazing unit on defense. So, yeah, there we go. EMS... We'll just keep these guys right here in low league Dookie. I think this is a cool list so far. But without further ado, let's get straight into the brand new units. So we're going to start off with Adult Shikamaru. Adult Shikamaru, I think I'm going to put him in Clapping Cheeks. Although I feel like he does lack a little bit of damage, I just think like the forced paralysis that you can't ignore if you have lower chakra than him. So like if you have a high level chakra Shikamaru, you're going to be stalled for a really long time because you can't really do anything about that paralysis. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'd be a really decent stalling unit, and I definitely think he's better than the units listed down here in S tier. So I'm going to put him in Clapping Cheeks. We got regular Itachi, OG Itachi. I'm also going to put him in Clapping Cheeks. I think he does really good damage. He does really good damage, has a lot of invincibility, and if you get close and he hits you with his 3-star shotgun, that old shuriken jutsu, it might be wraps, bro. Quick reminder, this doesn't mean that this Sasuke is better than these guys. No order. I'm just putting them right here. Just clarifying that, no confusion. Everyone here is Clapping Cheeks. That's what matters. So next one we got 10 Tails Obito, the brand new Jinchuriki Obito. I'm gonna put him in God tier as well. I think his damage output is insane. He's a red type unit. He has a lot of invincibility with his 2 new jutsus that give him invincibility. His limit break sucks people in like Kaguya's jutsu does, and his little SpongeBob muscle jutsu. If y'all watch my showcase on him, if you haven't, check it out. That shit does a lot of damage as well with his teleportation. He's just an amazing unit overall, so I'm definitely going to put him in God tier. He can one-shot your favorite shinobi, bro, for sure. So now we got Kid Kakashi. Kid Kakashi, I'm kind of tempted to put him in... Yeah, I'm going to put him in Great, but there's better. Yeah, he's not Clapping Cheeks. No, absolutely not. He's not Clapping Cheeks. So I'm going to put him in Great, but there's better. He's just... You know, like I said before, he's lacking so much range. He doesn't really do that much damage. So, yeah, unfortunately, did my guy dirty, but it's all good. He could be worse. He could be in Dookie, but he's in Great, but there's better. We got Obito Rampage. Now, I'm going to put him in Clapping Cheeks because when his AI does work on defense, he's really good. He's really good at stalling, and he's really good at doing good damage. It's just, from what I've seen and from what I've tested, his defense AI is so inconsistent. But when it is working, he's a great defensive unit. So I'm going to put him in Clapping Cheeks because when he is a good defensive unit and his shit is working right, he's pretty nasty, bro. And he's really good at stalling. So definitely deserves his way in Clapping Cheeks. And finally, we got Utakata Takatakata. We're going to put this man right here in double S tier as well. Clapping Cheeks has a lot of invincibility, will definitely stall you to death. You're going to be fighting him for fucking years. And with this Poisonous Gas X Ultimate, that shit just marinates in the air, lets you nice and seasoned in a slug slime. So, you know, got a long ass ultimate, a lot of invincibility. You're definitely going to be getting stalled for a cool minute. So anyways, guys, I'll leave this up here for a little bit in case you guys want to take a screenshot, you know, write it down, take notes, whatever you guys want to do. But anyways, we're going to jump straight into the final 4 tier list. Also, by the way, I finally figured out how to make this look nice and pretty so you don't see like the ads on the side. I just figured that out today. So yeah, shout out to me. But anyways, see you guys in the final 4. Alright, you guys, let's get straight into the final 4 tier list. Now, this one is going to be a little bit harder because I feel like there's just so many amazing units in final 4, but we're going to do our best to get it done. Now, in final 4, there are a lot of great units. Now, in God tier, I think I'm going to try and limit it down a little bit more because this looks like an insane amount of people in God tier. But at the same time, you also have to understand that final 4 is like 4 units at a time. So God tier is going to be a lot longer than it originally would for attack mission mains, supports, and main defense. So anyways, Momoshiki God tier, I think I am going to keep him there just because he is an annoying ass unit in final room 100%. Now, quick reminder, there's no order from left to right, just tossing that in there. Yeah, so Momoshiki is a great God tier unit. I'm going to keep him in final 4. I think he's great. And his tornado is fucking annoying. Boruto can stay here. Rin, I personally think she's in Clapping Cheeks now, but I know a lot of people still use her. I think she's still great if you don't have Boruto in final room. So I think she's still very, very viable. So I'll keep her in God tier just because I know that a lot of people still use her. If you don't have Boruto, she's still going to be pretty good for you because she insta-casts her invincibility. So we can keep her here. That's fine. Kaguya, I think I will also keep her here in God tier. I just think her sucking you in with a tornado, a lot of invincibility. She's a really good staller, so I'll also keep her here as well. Sakura can stay there. Hokage Naruto can stay there. One Ninja Sasuke. Kazekage Gaara, I'm probably going to drop him down to double S tier. Just because I feel like he doesn't really contribute as much as the rest of them do. But I know he's still really, really good in final 4. I just think he's a little bit outclassed now. So I'm going to drop him down 1. KLM Naruto, I kind of want to drop him as well. But I know he still does really, really good work in final room. So we can keep him there. That's fine. And then Ashura is also going to stay at the top and God tier. So is there anyone else who's moved from the bottom, from the double S tier to move up here? Now Madara I think can stay here. Gaara, Final Valley units can also stay here. Kushina, I think she could stay here too. Edo Minato, in final room, I guess he's okay. I guess I just feel like he doesn't really give a lot of buffs to many people, but I also feel like he's better than some of these guys right here. Let me know what y'all think. I'll keep him here for now. But I think there's just a lot better units to use in final room, just because final room I think is a lot more team based and he's pretty selfish with his buffs. But then again, he does do a lot of invincibility and does a lot of damage, so we'll keep him there. Yeah, that's fine. Kawaki, I'm probably going to drop him down to great, but there's better. He used to be really good. It's just that with him only having like one good jutsu, which is his limit break, I mean, the other jutsus are pretty bad. He used to be good because he would just insta-cast that jutsu, but since that's the only thing he's kind of relying on, I'm going to drop him down to great, but there's better. War Sakura, I think she could stay here. Honestly, I think she's really, really underrated in the final room. I think she's really good in final room. She is going to give buffs to your whole team. And you could definitely stall for a long time with her in there. Very underrated unit. Shisui, we'll put him in great, but there's better. I mean, I guess his invincibility can still work in a sense. Nah, you know what? My man is outdated. I hate to say it because that's my guy, but outdated. Edo Hashirama, we're going to drop him to great, but there's better. Same thing. I just think there's better units out there. And Hashirama, we're also going to drop him down to great, but there's better. So we'll keep this right here. Now, is there anyone who's moved their way up or down and great, but there's better? So these guys can stay here. Gaara can stay there. Madara can stay there. Anbu Itachi, we can drop him down. I don't really think he's great at all in final room, to be honest. So we'll drop him down. Madara, Naruto Light's not bad. Danzo's not bad. Tsunade, a little bit outdated. We'll drop her down. I just think she's outdated, in my opinion. Obito, I guess we can keep him there for the invincibility. Karma Boruto's fine. Kale Minato, we can keep him there. Data, we can keep him there. War Tsunade, Nagato, we're also going to drop you down. Okay, so here's the great, but there's better. Same thing. This is kind of like the C tier of all of them, so we'll keep them right here. Oh no, I'm lying, right? S tier, sure, whatever. Now we got Pain. Pain is low league. Honestly, at this point, there's going to be a lot of units that you shouldn't use, but I got to go through these guys first. I don't know how to put them down here, so I just have them here for now. Just ignore that for now. You can use these guys. Just hold on, bro. Give me a few minutes. So for now, Pain, Nagato, Tsunade, Anbu, these guys. Okay, we got Indra. Indra, I'm going to put him... I'm honestly tempted to put him in God tier, just because of the damage that he does and everything. I think he's really, really good. But for now, we'll put him in Clapping Cheeks. Only because, like I said, he is a little bit selfish with his buffs. I like to have units who either contribute a really, really, really good amount to the team, or they contribute a really, really good amount in damage. Now, you can make the argument that Indra can move his way up to God tier. In Final Four, you know what? I'm tempted, though. I'm tempted. Nah, you know what? I think he deserves it. I'm going to put him in God tier. I used to use Indra in Final Room for a really long time, and he was really, really good. So I'm going to put him up there in God tier. I think he deserves it. Okay, let's keep moving through. Shadow Sasuke. Ooh. You know what? I think this man deserves it up there too. He decreases chakra, gives invincibility, has a lot of AoE. I honestly think he's really, really, really good in Final Room. Like I said, man, the God tier is going to be a lot longer in this one because there's just so many units you can use. So yeah, here we go. Anyway, so there's that. Is there anybody else who's moved their way up? Itachi, Jiraiya, Edo Itachi. In Final Room, I think I'll put him in double S tier. Just because I think he's better as a regular defender than he would be in Final Room. And with the same thing, he's a great... You know what? Okay, in this specific instance, I'm going to keep him in double S tier. Only because I feel like he's just a lot better as a regular defender. I think that's the only reason. But I think you can make the argument that you can put him in God tier. I just think it'd be a waste to put him in Final Room when you have these other units who specialize in either damage or specialize in buffs, specialize in healing. And Itachi's very, very good on his own. He's just really good on his own. So in that aspect, I'm going to keep him here in double S tier. Just for that aspect. But you can make the argument that it can be in God tier. Just my opinion, I'm going to keep him here at the top of double S tier. No order from left to right, just putting that out there. Okay, who else do we got right here? Jiraiya, Madara, Sage Naruto. Okay, those guys aren't moving anywhere, unfortunately. So now let's get into the brand new units. So we got Ten Tails Obito. I'm going to put him in double S tier. Same thing as Itachi. I think he does really, really good damage, and he's really good with sucking people in with his tornado. I just feel like there's better units out there. In the sense with Indra, I know that he has a lot of invincibility with his jutsus, and he leaves a lot of AoE. Whereas Obito, he has that tornado, which is great. It's a great jutsu. It's really good. So like I said, you can also make the argument that he's in God tier. It's just the lack of team buffs that kind of gets me. So I'm going to put him next to Itachi in double S tier, in my opinion. Shikamaru, this man is God tier. 100%. He can paralyze you whether you have status element immunity, whether you have 100% paralysis resistance. That don't matter to him, bruh. This man will paralyze you 100% as long as he has higher chakra than you. So that's dangerous. If you have high damage units in your Final Room, he's going to clap your cheeks 100%. Now we got Rampage Obito. I'll put him in double S tier. Same thing as the last thing, though. When his AI is working, he's pretty solid, but when it's not, it's just a little inconsistent. But when he is working, I'll definitely put him in double S tier for sure. Now we got regular Itachi. Regular Itachi, I guess he's not bad. I think he's definitely better than these units down here in Final Room. So I'll put him right here in Clapping Cheeks for sure as well. Especially with his Yasaka beats. Like, he's going to throw it right away as soon as you go into Final Room. So that's really good as well. Kid Kakashi. Yeah, I'll put him at the bottom. Great, but there's better. Pretty self-explanatory, unfortunately. And Utakata Takatakata. Now, he was God tier. I'm still going to put him in God tier because his kit 100% belongs in God tier. And this is subject to change, but Bandai secretly nerfed this man, which is absolutely tragic, bro, because this man was just too broken in Final Room. They nerfed him. They nerfed my boy. They nerfed my man Bubble Buddy, bro. I don't know why, but they secretly nerfed him. He doesn't really use his jutsus in a correct way. He kind of runs around in circles without pressing anything. So you know, Bandai did him kind of dirty, unfortunately. But this is, in my opinion, the final room tier list. Like I said, you can make the argument that Jubito and Edo Itachi can kind of sneak their way up here. But that's all. I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys let me know what y'all think. And let me know what you guys think of the tier list. I really want to know your guys' opinions as well. And who are you guys using in Final Four? Who are you guys using on defense? I'm not doing like a revival summon tier list just because I feel like that's a little too specific. I think whoever's in God tier on defense you can use as revival. Anybody else I'd probably recommend not to when you have better units out there. But yeah, Momoshiki, Martin Ninja Sasuke are the ones you want to aim on revival for sure. Edo Itachi too. I think those are the top 3 units on revival. Final Four, if you have Boruto, this Boruto versus Momoshiki, I'd recommend don't use Rin. That's my personal opinion, because Rin is only there for invincibility. Boruto can instacast his invincibility when you put that first in his jutsu slots. So, just a quick little pointer out there for my beginners or anyone else who wasn't aware of that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the tier list. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below to join the Swag fam. Discord link is in the bio. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Anyways, have a blessed day, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one.